Okay, so welcome to beginner's yoga class. I should probably mute everyone too, so I apologize. Apparently my Sunday morning is not going too well. Come on. Okay, so now we're ready. Anyway, welcome. I'm Catherine. We'll be flowing this morning. It is beginner's level, so we're gonna kind of take it chill. But to me, beginner's level doesn't mean that you have to. I really believe that anything can be modified for anyone. So if you have a strong practice or a fluent practice and you want to get into something a little bit more, by all means, go for it. But for the sake of this morning, it's kind of been, you know, I'm at the point where I'm getting a little stir crazy, not having too much contact with other people. So I'm really having to utilize kind of everything I have in my wheelhouse to kind of center myself and also just get me spurred and ready for the day so that I have a day planned out and something to do rather than just kind of floating through the day, which kind of happens at different points. And I feel like I'm super unproductive. So I'm hoping that this practice will kind of generate that for us. So we're going to start on our backs, and on our backs, hopefully we're at a point where you can see me. Once on your back, now if you have a nice big fluffy pillow, I'm going to ask you to grab it. And we're going to put it right under our backs. Now, if you do have a block at home and you would like something a little bit more firm or something that kind of lifts you up a little bit more, feel free to grab a block, put it right under those shoulder blades and lay over it. Otherwise, just a nice big pillow will do. We'll lay down and let the head relax back. Open the arms really wide and step the feet wide and then let the knees knock together. From here, we're going to take 3 really deep breaths. So we're progressively going to make the breath deeper. So inhale as deep as you can. Open the mouth and just exhale it out. Again, deep breath in. Exhale out. Now see if you can take this last breath super slow and even deeper than you did before. Now hold the breath at the top. And exhale out. Slowly begin to focus on finding a depth and a cadence to your breath that works for you. So deeper and slower than your natural breath. If you have the Ujjayi breath practice, you can begin that now. That's the breath practice of throat constriction, which we'll focus on a little bit later in the class. But for now, just finding a nice deep breath. For these last 5 breaths, I just want you to envision your day. What do you want out of your day? It's not necessarily a task, but what do you want really out of your day? Do you want a certain feeling? Is there something specifically you do want to do? Do you need to find something in your day that's different. For these last 5 breaths, just focus on what it is you want out of your day. So basically like an intention. Last deep breath in here. Now, if you're on your block, go ahead and come off the block, or if you're on something firm. If you're on the pillow, feel free to stay on the pillow. It actually kind of feels nice to have a little lift here. We'll bring our arms behind us. Keep the knees just knocking together. And take a nice deep stretch, reaching those arms back. And then as we exhale, bring the arms next to our side and bring the knees straight up towards the ceiling and separate them about hip width. Keeping the left knee bent. Bring the right knee into the chest. Just give it a nice tight squeeze here. And just notice how having a little bit of height under our back, if you are on a pillow, changes the way this stretch feels in your hip and in your back. On the next inhale, just lengthen that right leg up wherever it can. So maybe it's kind of a little lower down and you're just holding on to the leg. Or maybe you can stretch it straight above the hip. We're not necessarily bringing it close into the body. And then release that down. I would bring the left knee in, give it a nice tight squeeze. And then lengthen that leg up. Just being very gentle this first part of the morning. And then release that leg down. From here, again, let the arms go a little wide. Step the feet wide again, and we're just going to windshield wiper the knees from side to side. So if you're on a pillow, your back is arched a little bit. Your head's probably kind of hanging just a tad bit, not much. But again, this, even the windshield wiping of the knees, goes into a different part of the hips. And really, it's kind of focusing on the hips specifically. It's not really getting into the back as much as when we're laying flat. And then come back to neutral. And we'll come off of our pillow and lay back down flat on the floor. Again, keeping both knees bent. This time, bring that right knee in again. Give it a nice tight squeeze. Now you can keep that left knee bent, or if it feels okay, start to lengthen it out. If you lengthen the leg out, just really flex the left foot, push the toe mound forward, and squeeze that left quad so that we start to be able to push both sides of the hips or this sacrum down onto the floor. And I'm just going to wiggle that knee a little side to side. Just wiggle that hip joint. And then taking your hand on your knee, just little hip circles going in one direction and then the other. From here, now we'll lengthen that right leg up. So if you have a strap, this is maybe where you want to put the strap on your foot. If you're holding on to the strap, you're just hold on to both sides of the strap, and you can find that kind of gentle pull of pulling the leg into the body. Otherwise, if you're holding on perhaps behind the thigh or the calf, you'll just use the strength of the arms to, again, kind of pull it in, but then release. So we're going to move with the breath. So as we inhale, I want you to pull the low belly down, press the sacrum into the floor, and then pull the leg in. As we exhale, gently just kind of let that back off. Inhale, pull it in, keep the low belly ignited the whole time. Exhale, release it. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale, release. Inhale, bring it in, and we'll hold. So again, if you have your strap, try and hold on as close towards the foot as you can. Trying to keep the leg nice and long. Deep breaths. Every breath, see if maybe you can get a little bit more out of it. And then again, kind of back off just a little bit. Kind of getting into that hamstring. We'll loosen that up a little bit. So bend the right knee and then extend. Bend and extend and bend and extend. Holding on either to the knee, and you can bend the knee and let the leg open to the side. You can hold on again to the strap or the leg and open that leg out to the side. Now, if keeping the leg long is just a little uncomfortable, or you just kind of find that your leg kind of hangs in space because your groin's a little tight, then try coming into a reclined tree. So you'll actually bring your right foot into your left groin and let the knee drop. Again, you can stack pillows under it if that helps. It's just a nice alternative when you're still just a little tight in the hips. And then we'll slowly come back up to center. Bend the right knee. And you can let the strap go if you have it. Send the right hand out to the side, and we'll just gently cross that right knee up and over the body. And then slowly come back to center. Send that right foot to the floor, keep the knee bent for the first part, and then bring the left knee in. So we'll just give it a nice tight squeeze. Hold here for a breath, just kind of feeling that hip flexor compress. And maybe wiggle that knee around a little bit. Once again, if it feels okay, you can lengthen the right leg long, or you can keep that knee bent. From here, take another few breaths, really contract the right quad, press the right foot forward. And then we'll slowly lengthen that left leg long. If you have your strap, go ahead and put it around your foot. Otherwise, holding on wherever's accessible. And even if the knee is bent, try and get it as long as you can without putting too much effort into it. But the knee can be bent and that'll be okay. Inhale, start to bring it into the body, just kind of test the waters here. Exhale, just back off a little bit. Inhale, pull it in. And exhale, release. And each time, we're just trying to milk this leg a little closer. Exhale, release. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale, release. This time, inhale, bring it in and hold. So again, if you're having your strap, you're trying to go as close to the foot as you can. And if you're holding on to the leg, we're just trying to find some length. Relax the shoulders, relax the jaw. My left side is my tight side when it comes to my hamstring, so I always kind of have a love-hate relationship with this side. And slowly release back. Again, getting a little motion into that hamstring. Bend the knee on the inhale. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale, bend. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale, bend. And exhale, lengthen. Inhale, bend if you need, and hold on to the outside of the knee, and we'll open the leg to the left. Once again, if you have the strap, you can keep it long and hold on, or you can come into that reclined tree posture. So left foot will go into the right inner groin. Once you kind of find your depth, try and really focus on pressing that right hip down. Keep the right leg active. We're still relaxing the shoulders, but you're trying to keep the right shoulder connected so that we don't kind of lift that whole right side. And a couple of just really deep breaths here. Should start to feel good. And then slowly come back to center. Bend the knee, hold on to the left knee with the right hand, send the left arm long and gently pull it across the body. You may get a couple of audible clicks in the spine, and that's fine. Usually feels pretty good. Or sometimes you just wish you had that audible click because you can feel it almost there. And you're like, just want it to go, and it won't. And slowly come back to center. From here, bring both knees in for a moment, get a nice tight squeeze, and then feet will come to the floor. Hands will stay next to the hips. As we inhale, start to pull the pelvic floor in, pull the lower belly down, and tuck the tailbone. We're not moving just yet. I just want us to find the activation. Exhale, just release that down. Again, inhale, press into the feet, pelvic floor lifts, lower belly pulls in, and tailbone tucks. Feel the feet press down. Exhale, release. One more time. Feel the feet press down, lift the pelvic floor, pull the lower belly in, tuck the tailbone, and now feel the back of the head just gently press into the floor. And exhale, release. Now coming up into bridge, using all that activation. So press the feet into the floor, pull the pelvic floor in, pull the lower belly down, slight little pressure onto the back of the head, and then use the arms, tuck the tailbone, lift the hips all the way up. And then exhale, we'll slowly bring it back down. Inhale, lift the hips up. Go as high as you can. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. And exhale, down. Utilizing our arms now. Inhale, lift the hips, reach the right arm back. Thumb points towards the floor. Exhale, right hand down. Inhale, left arm lifts as the hips lift. Thumb to the floor. Exhale, down. Inhale, right arm reaches back, hips lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, left arm. And exhale, down. This time, both arms. Inhale, lift as high as you go. Feel the pressure on the shoulders. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. One more time. And really focus on trying to feel the weight in the shoulders, not the neck. Inhale up. And exhale down. This time, hands remain on the floor. Inhale, lift the hips up. When you get as high as you can, tuck the shoulders under and lift the hips even higher. Interlace the hands, press those fists into the floor if you can. And if you can't interlace the hands, if your shoulders are really tight, just continue to press the palms and the arms into the floor. 5 deep breaths here. Feel as though every time you breathe in, the chest lifts towards the chin, the hips lift higher, the knees push forward, and the feet squeeze back towards the bum. So feel those heels dig in and pull back towards the bum. And then utilize that to press to the big toe mounds and get a little bigger. And exhale, slowly bring your spine back down. Oh, that feels good. So now we're going to take the right leg and thread it over the left knee. For a moment, just take the right hand and gently just guide that right thigh. So not the knee, but the thigh. Press it away from you. Just kind of wiggle that hip joint. And then we'll take the right hand, thread it through the legs, and either grab for the back of the left thigh or maybe the top of the left shin. Again, progressively pull the legs in every time you breathe. So you're trying to bring the legs in a little closer every time. But as you do that, keep lengthening the spine and tailbone onto the floor. So we're kind of finding this resistance. Legs pull in, but then push that tailbone long so the spine lengthens. Now, if you're already kind of open and you would like to go deeper, feel free to lengthen that left leg, maybe grab onto the foot and bring it towards the head. Slowly release the left foot to the floor. Cactus those arms out to the side and let the legs drop just as they are in that figure 4 position over to the left. Now that right knee can stay lifted up towards the ceiling. You can again use that left hand and just gently kind of wiggle that leg. Or if you want to let that right knee drop, you can just let that right knee drop towards the floor. Slowly turn the head to the right and take a nice deep breath. Come back to center and lift the legs back in. And we'll switch. So now left goes over right. Again, gently guiding that left thigh away. And then thread that left hand through, going for the back of the thigh or the front of the right shin. So focus on pulling the lower belly down and then again, lengthen that spine out. So for a moment, you can even kind of test that water if you're not sure if you're doing it. Pull the legs in so that the hips lift up and then actively start to lengthen the tailbone down and try not to let the knees move too much. Relax the shoulders, relax the jaw. Once again, if you'd like to go deeper, we've got a few more breaths here. Feel free to lengthen and pull in. On the next exhale, slowly release, cactus those arms, let the legs in the figure 4 position just go over to the right. The left knee can go up towards the ceiling or it can drop, whatever feels good for you this morning. And even though I'm kind of talking a lot, I want you to just focus on your breath. I'll cue things, but just feel your breath literally enter and exit your body. Let that be your focus throughout the practice. Slowly come back to center. Uncurl the legs and one more time, give those knees a nice big stretch. On the inhale, bring the forehead up towards the knees. Exhale, torso back down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. And exhale, down. Inhale, lift. And hold. On the next inhale, lengthen arms and legs long. If you need to, just let the head and feet come to the floor. But if you can hover it. And then exhale, come back in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come into a little ball. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, little ball. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, ball. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale. Inhale, let the torso go back, head go back, give the head a little shake. And then we're gonna roll on up and come to a stand. In a standing position, some head rolls. So let the feet go about hip width apart and the arms to the side, but we're not just kind of letting ourselves hang here, okay? I really want things to be ignited. So we're pressing the feet down, lift all 10 toes. Squeeze those shins together so that you feel the inner groins really start to ignite and contract. Then I want you again to lift the pelvic floor. So like a Kegel, lift it up and keep it contracted. Now we're not trying to break a nut, but we're just keeping it contracted so you can feel it in that kind of 360 pelvic bowl. Then pull the lower belly in and slightly lengthen the tailbone. So it's a very small motion. You might not even see it. We're lengthening it down. We're not tucking, we're just lengthening. So you'll kind of feel that in the low back. Now, if you're someone who tends to already kind of have a long low back, then don't worry about doing that. Try and keep your natural curve as much as you can. Then we're gonna lift the rib cage up off the hips, but close the lower rib cage so the whole front body is really ignited and firm. Then lift the chest, rotate the shoulders back to widen the collarbones, and reach those arms long towards the floor. Now you can let the toes go down. So we're a nice firm foundation here. From this firm foundation, our neck is long. And now we have some mobility to move just the neck without letting anything else get involved. So we'll let the right ear drop to the right shoulder. Lift up, and left ear drops to left shoulder. Lift up. Once again, right ear drops to right shoulder. This time, turn the nose down towards the shoulder. And then just on this kind of diagonal, lift up the nose. And then back down. And then lift, and then back down. Staying here, tuck the chin in. From this tucked position, inhale, just lift the chin, exhale, tuck. Inhale, lift, and exhale, tuck. Now hold here. You can stay just like this, or maybe take that right hand and just like place it on the head. We're not pulling it, we're not pressing it down, we're just putting it on the head for a little bit of added pressure. Take one more deep breath. And relax that hand down. Lift the nose, turn forward. Let the left ear drop to the left shoulder. Again, let the nose drop toward the shoulder. And then on that diagonal, lift the nose and exhale back down. Lift and exhale. Lift and exhale. From here, start to tuck the chin in. And then we'll just lift the chin and tuck. Lift and tuck. Lift and tuck. Notice if you start to let that right shoulder get involved. From here, just keep the chin tucked. Left arm can stay nice and relaxed, or you can take that left hand and just place it on the head. Slowly release the hand, lift the head, and come back to neutral. And then just nice, easy front rolls with the neck. You can kind of let the head go back a little if that feels okay. And if you would like, you can do nice big rolls with the neck. Just make sure you get both directions. Notice if you've let that lower half go, everything's still ignited, okay? Belly's in, pelvic floor is lifted, legs are contracted. And come back to center. From here, interlace the fingers, and we'll pull those fingers into the heart space as we inhale. As we exhale, flip the palms and push them forward, and kind of just bow through that upper back. Inhale, pull it in. Exhale, push it out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Keeping the hands interlaced, palms going forward. Inhale, arms straight up. Exhale, bring them back forward. Inhale up. Exhale in. Inhale up. Exhale in. Inhale up. This time as we exhale, we'll bend over to the right. Inhale up. Exhale to the left. Inhale up. Again, bend to the left. Keep pressing through those palms. We're getting a nice wrist stretch here. Hold. Inhale, center. Exhale over to the left. Again, we're holding here. Press to those palms, reach to the hands. And inhale up. So we exhale, release the hands and bring them behind you. If you can, interlace the hands here. You can keep the elbows bent and squeeze the shoulders back. If it's accessible, you can lengthen them as well. If you're really tight and kind of bringing the hands together just doesn't quite work, grab a towel, grab a washcloth, and hold on to that. From here, little gentle bend in the knees. If you're lengthening the arms, and inhale, lift the chest straight up. As we exhale, press through the knees and fold forward. Little tiny bend in the knees so that we're not locking the knees out, but we have a nice little gentle bend. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Keep the hands bound behind you if you can. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Hold here. Bend the knees as much as you need. And exhale, release the hands. From here, inhale, lengthen the spine. Hands can come onto shins, or if you have blocks at home, feel free to use your blocks. As we exhale, bend the knees, bring the hands to the floor. We're going to step the right foot back and left foot back into a high plank. If needed, drop to the knees. We're going to squeeze those elbows in. So I want you to start to pull the elbow creases forward or rotate them forward. And then as we bring the elbows in, we're squeezing right under the shoulder blades. Lengthen the chest forward and exhale, come all the way down onto the belly. Inhale, small cobra. Exhale down. Inhale, cobra. Lengthen the chest. Keep squeezing those elbows back. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale, lift. Reach the chest forward. Squeeze the elbows and shoulders back. Hands are there for leverage, but you're not pressing down. And exhale down. Press back up through the knees. Flip the toes and come into down dog. 3 breaths in down dog, adding movement if you would like. So we're going to flow in our sun salutations like that. So we're going to take modifications as needed. So always have the option of dropping the knees when we're in plank. Just remember to squeeze those elbows in as you lower onto the floor. And then you always have the option of doing a low cobra, even if I go into a high cobra or even an up dog. Feel free to stay wherever it feels good this morning. As we inhale, look forward, and you start to walk or step to the front of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Interlace the hands together. As we exhale, bend to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Release the hands behind you. Bend the knees. Interlace the hands. Extend the arms. Lift the chest. Exhale, fold over. Release the hands. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, hands to floor. Step to a high plank. Again, lower to the knees if you need. Otherwise, lower all the way down. Inhale, cobra, small or bigger this time. Exhale, forehead to floor. Press to the knees and back to down dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Look forward and walk or step to the front. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Hands come together. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bend to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend the knees. Interlace the hands behind you. Lift through the chest. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands come to shins. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, step to a high plank. Lower all the way to your belly. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down. Inhale, press back and up, down dog. Look forward and walk or step to the front. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands come together as we rise up. Exhale, bend to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend the knees, interlace the fingers. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen the legs, maybe go for a back bend. And exhale, fold. Inhale, hands to shins, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step to high plank. Lower to your belly. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down. Press up and back, down dog. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Getting some blood moving here. Inhale, look forward, and walker step to the front. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bring the hands together. Inhale, rise up. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend the knees, interlace the fingers. Inhale, lift through the chest, lengthen legs and arms, maybe a back bend. And exhale, fold. Inhale, hands come to shins, bend the knees again as much as you feel need. Exhale, high plank. This time, lower halfway to chaturanga or your belly like we've been doing. Inhale, cobra, or this time, up dog. Lift those kneecaps. Exhale, down dog. Deep breath in. Exhale. Look forward, and again, walker step. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands come together, rise up. Feel the body opening every time. Exhale over to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, interlace those fingers, bend the knees. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen the legs. And exhale, fold. Inhale, hands come to shins, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step to down dog. Step to high plank. And we'll lower either halfway or all the way. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale, down dog. Three deep breaths here. Again, moving around as much as you would like. Keeping the blood flowing. Keeping the breath nice and fluid. On the next inhale, raise the right leg up. As we exhale, bring the right knee into the chest and bring the shoulders over the wrists. Inhale, extend the leg. Exhale, bring the knee into the chest, shoulders over wrists. Inhale back. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, lift it up. This time, we're going to just drop the right knee onto the floor as we shift forward. From here, inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend, and pause. From here, lengthen the right arm forward and get really long. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, right hand comes to floor. Left foot comes to floor. We're going to pivot over to our right side. So the right foot's going to pivot behind you. Left heel is going to drop. If you need, step that right hand forward so that the wrist is actually a little bit forward of the shoulder. We're coming into modified Vashisthasana or side plank. As we inhale, left arm goes up. Exhale, reach that arm over and just get long. So rather than what I typically do in classes is I let that rib cage just lift up, I want you to try and keep it long and just reach the left arm long, press the left foot into the floor, press the right hand down and forward. And take 3 deep breaths just into the length. So feel like you're contracting the left rib cage down towards the left hip. Now on the next inhale, let that rib cage bow up. and reach that left hand towards the floor. Press the left foot into the floor. And then as we exhale, come back up, lift that left arm. Stay here or lift the left leg. We're holding. And slowly bring the left foot down, pivot back towards your mat. And from here, it's gonna be kind of fun. We're gonna shift forward and keep that knee on the floor and lift the left leg. So we're gonna bend the elbows like chaturanga and bring the chin and the chest to the floor. Try and lift the left leg and then press back. Drop the left knee and then push back to child's pose. From here, inhale, round the spine up, and then we're gonna slowly uncurl. So the thighs, the hips, the belly, and then the chest come down. Inhale, we're gonna bring the hands nice and wide, maybe pop up into those fingertips, and inhale, come into a nice big cobra. Pause. Exhale, slowly come down. Again, inhale, come up. And exhale down. I want you to feel like you're waving. So kind of tap into that fluid-like power. Inhale up. And exhale down. Hands come to floor. Flex the toes, push them under, and lift back up. Down dog. Inhale, left leg goes up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale up. And exhale, left knee is going to come to the floor. Right away, inhale, look forward, right leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. And pause. Left arm reaches forward. And just get nice and long here. So lift through the lower belly. Squeeze the right hip and glute. And reach really, really long from toes all the way to fingers. And slowly drop the hand and drop the foot. We'll kickstand to the left and come into modified Vashisthasana on the left. So again, step that left hand forward a little bit. So it's actually forward of the shoulder. Drop the right foot and press that foot into the floor. You may need to reposition that knee and then push the hips forward. So it's like you're kind of tucking the tailbone a little bit. Belly in and lift through the chest. Feel nice and long from tailbone to crown of head. Inhale, arms up. Now right away, start to squeeze the right rib cage towards the right hip. As we exhale, you're just reaching the hand, so you're getting really long here. Shoulders remain in the sockets. Inhale. Exhale. Feel a little bit of that engagement. Inhale. And exhale. Now on the next inhale, let the ribcage go up, bow, and try and reach the hand to the floor and just get really big here. Take a nice deep breath into the ribcage. As we exhale, right hand comes back up. Maybe lift the right leg and hold. Maybe start to gaze up at the right hand. And exhale, slowly bring the left foot or right foot down and pivot back towards the mat. Keep the left knee bent. So we're kind of back in this position again. Maybe you only shift forward and you kind of just bend the elbows a little bit. Maybe you just bow the chin and chest down, but just try. So we're gonna lift the knees, squeeze those elbows in and come down. Pause, chin and chest on the floor. And then inhale. Push right back up. Exhale, knee comes to floor and push back into child's pose. Inhale, roll the spine up. As we exhale, again, uncurl thighs, hips, belly, and chest. Arms go wide, feet go wide. Press into the fingertips or the hands. Elbows go up towards the ceiling. Inhale, uncurl up. Get really big, like a cobra, like you're about to strike. Exhale, pull that chest back down. Inhale. And exhale. Legs stay engaged. Press the tops of the feet into the floor. Inhale. And exhale. Hands come next to the rib cage. Feet come back together. Press up and back. Down dog. Inhale, left leg goes up. As we exhale, knee to nose. Inhale back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale back. Exhale. Try and step that foot forward. So lift the hips, step it forward, and then bend into the knee. Look forward. Keep the hips engaged. So I want to kind of buoyancy in those hips. Press through the back leg and ignite that back thigh. Take another deep breath in. Now keeping the legs engaged. Inhale, we'll rise up into crescent. As we exhale, open up warrior two. Inhale, lengthen that leg. And as we exhale, try as best as you can not to do the kind of hip jut, you know. It's good at the club, but here, not good for the back. So arms long, lift through the spine, belly in and engage. I want you to feel as though you're kind of squeezing those outer hips in. As we exhale, we're just hinging at the hips, not at the waist, but at the hips, and then come down. So maybe that means this is as far as you go and your hand comes to your shin. If you have something to put your hands on, then stack it, bring your hands down, or if the hand comes down to the ankle or the floor. And then once you kind of found where you're at, the breath will guide you going deeper or staying right you're at and opening. So lift that right arm. The shoulder gets tired, bring the hand to the waist. As best as we can, shrug the shoulders back. Now feel as though you're trying to lengthen out of your pelvis and lengthen the crown of head towards the front of your mat. Now your gaze can go down or up. Small little bend in the left knee, especially if you hyperextend. No locking the knee out. Little bend and then squeeze the quad. On the next inhale, reach that right arm over the head. Exhale, windmill it down and back up. Inhale, reach it over. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale here. As we exhale, bend into the left knee, come right back, warrior two. Warrior two, I want you to go deep. We're gonna hold here 3 breaths. So make sure that you can see your big toe when you're bending into that left knee. You're pressing that right foot down. So both feet are pressing down, squeezing together so that you feel those inner groins kind of ignite. And again, notice where your torso is. Is it way forward? Is it way back? Try and bring it right over the hips. And then lengthen those arms and feel like you're reaching towards something. And at the same time, those shoulder blades, squeeze in. Look over the left finger. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. As we inhale, right hand can come to waist or thigh. Inhale, lengthen the left leg. Reach that left arm long behind you. And then as we exhale, we're going to turn the left toes forward and fold forward. Coming into a nice wide leg forward fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine. This may be where you stay. Gaze is at the floor. And you just breathe here into your space. If you're folding forward, keep the length of the back, keep the whole front line engaged, belly in, pelvic floor lifted, and then walk the hands back and fold in. Crown of head goes towards the floor, and we're not tucking the chin. We're keeping the neck really long. Inhale, lengthen. As we exhale, bend into the right knee. Now, how much you bend is up to you, but then we're gonna take the arms and we're gonna reach at a diagonal. Push the bum back, like you're kind of pushing it into a wall. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, lift, keeping the legs as they are. Walk at the diagonal in the opposite direction. So you're reaching with that right arm, and exhale, fold. Inhale, come back to center. Lengthen the right leg, bend into the left leg. Again, we'll reach at the diagonal on the left. Push the bum back. Inhale, center. And exhale, reach to the other side. Inhale, come back to center. And as we exhale, bend the knees and either bring the hands right onto the thighs to push yourself up, or bring them to your hips and lift up. From here, toes in, heels, or heels in, toes out, come into goddess. Deep breath in and exhale. Inhale. Now we're going to use the arms. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Getting everything we brought up in our practice out. Exhale. Inhale, lift. And exhale, back to warrior two. Legs should be kind of feeling it. Windmill the arms down. Step back. Down dog. Inhale. Roll the spine forward, or just shift forward. And then lower onto your belly. Inhale. Nice big cobra. And exhale. Push up and back. Down dog. Inhale. Right leg goes up. Exhale. Knee to nose. Inhale, back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, back. And exhale, slowly step that right foot forward. From here, look forward, chest reaches forward, hips stay nice and buoyant. Push through that left heel, squeeze the legs in. Now using the firm foundation of your feet, inhale, rise up into crescent. And then right away, exhale, open, warrior two. From here, lengthen that right leg. You may need to shorten your stance a little. And then same thing, hinging at the hips, reach that arm forward and come to wherever you land. Again, gentle bend in the knee and squeeze that quad. We want to protect that knee joint. Push the right rib cage forward and then lengthen through the spine. Shrug the shoulders back so that they don't creep forward. We want them to open the chest. Reach that left arm up and maybe look up or look down. Again, if it's a little much on the shoulder, just bring that left hand to your hip. Keep squeezing the back leg. Squeeze that back quad so that you protect that back knee as well. Nice deep breath in. Triangle is such a great posture. It really opens everything up. Inhale, left arm over the head. Exhale, swing it back and around. Inhale, reach it over. Exhale, back and around. Inhale, reach it over. Exhale, back and around. Inhale, reach it over. Take a nice deep breath. And exhale, start to bend into the left knee and come right back up, warrior two. Getting deep in your warrior two lunge. Make sure you can see that right toe. 3 deep breaths. Push the back foot into the floor and squeeze those feet towards each other. Lift the chest, reach the arms long, but squeeze those shoulders in. On the next inhale, lengthen or bring that left hand back, hip or leg. Lengthen the right leg and then reach that right arm back behind you. From here, as we lengthen up, turn the right toes towards the side of the mat and slowly fold forward. Hands come to the floor, lengthen the spine. Stay here or fold in. Keep lengthening through the neck. Shoulders kind of squeeze back. Inhale, lengthen. Walk or bend into the left knee. As you do, come to that diagonal, push the bum back. So, you know, hello. But you really push it back and then reach with that right arm at the diagonal and take a deep breath in. As we exhale, come to center, bend into, or keep that left knee bent, but just rotate the torso to the right and really bend, push the bum back, take a deep breath in. Exhale, come to center, bend into the right knee. Fold at the diagonal on the right. Lift up. Just turn the torso and fold at the diagonal to the left, but the knees stay bending on the right. Inhale, back to center. Again, either climbing back up to come up, heels in, toes out. Goddess posture. This time, deep breath in here, but then I'll turn towards you. Hands will come onto our thighs. Letting ourselves kind of hammock there. This is another one I absolutely love. We'll just twist right shoulder to left knee. Inhale, center, and exhale, twist to the other side. It just feels really good, especially first thing in the morning. Exhale, one side. Inhale, and twist to the other. Inhale, back to center. Lift those arms one more time. Exhale, bring the fists in as you exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale up, and open back to your warrior two, but this time you'll be on your right side, and windmill the arms down, step back, down dog. Inhale, roll forward, high plank. Exhale, either to your belly or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog, and exhale, down. From here, drop onto your knees. Do one camel. So we'll lift up onto our knees. If you have a pillow or something, you can put it in between your knees. Feel free to do that so you have something to squeeze. But you want to keep your knees hip width apart. From here, hands come onto waist. So what I see a lot of is people will keep their elbows out. Squeeze, so kind of rotate the shoulders back and squeeze those elbows in. As best as you can, you want to get your hands towards your back rather than staying on the side of the hips. Either fingers up or fingers down, or if you just don't have that mobility, trying to just squeeze those elbows back as much, even if the fingers do come around the hips. From here, push the bum back a little bit, not a lot. We're not, doing, we're not at the club again. So we're just small little extension of the tailbone back. From here, I want you to feel like if you can breathe a nice long line to that whole front body. Lift the pelvic floor and keep that kegel. From here, as we rotate the shoulders back, push the hips forward, and maybe you just lift the chest. And this is as far as you go. You don't have to go any further. Keep the chin on the chest if this is where you're staying. If you're going further, then start to push the hips forward even more and let the head go back. Now, if you have camel in your practice and you want to reach for the ankles, reach for the ankles and let the head kind of nestle between the shoulder blades. Stretch that whole front body. Keep the legs engaged. And inhale. Slowly come up. Press the feet or hips onto the feet. Close the eyes, palms up, and pause. Back bends are so invigorating, especially camel, because we're really utilizing kind of every part of the body there. So everything's squeezing in order to lengthen. And so it's really kind of exciting our nervous system. It's a great kind of wake me up. Go ahead and open the eyes and we'll come to a seat. Coming into a simple cross-legged. After doing any kind of back bends, I always think side bends and twists are perfect before going into a forward fold. So if you're at home, go over to the right. Always do a side bend and a twist after doing a back bend if you're just practicing at home on your own. Over to the other side. Inhale up, twist to the right, and just easy twists. And over to the other side. Inhale forward, and exhale, fold. And then inhale, we'll slowly roll up. And then we'll switch which leg is in front. Inhale up and over to the left. Inhale up, over to the right. Inhale up, twist to the left. Inhale and twist to the right. Inhale forward and walk it forward. Slowly roll on up, and we'll bring our feet together for Baddha Konasana. So holding onto the feet or the shins, wherever it's accessible, take a moment and lengthen through the spine. So let the arms go long, lengthen through the spine, let the shoulders relax down, knees can be up. As we exhale, start to pull the elbows in and then round the back. So not shoulders towards the ears, we're just rounding the back to let ourselves go forward and let the head hang. So we're letting a nice stretch go through the whole back body from sacrum all the way up to the crown of the head. If you would like to go deeper, you can use your elbows as leverage against your shins to help your hips open. But really, I want the focus to be on lengthening the back body. Inhale, slowly come up. Lengthen the legs forward. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, fold forward. Nice, deep forward fold. Let the head and neck release. If needed, bend the knees. Even put a pillow under the knees so that you can, again, find that nice long length to the back body. If you want to go for hamstring flexibility, squeeze the quads and suck the femur heads in and the lower belly in and lengthen through the spine. But if you're just looking for a nice, relaxing lengthening of the back body, just let yourself release in a forward fold. You can even use your strap here if you feel like you're struggling. And inhale, slowly come up. Last posture before Savasana, wide leg forward fold. So open those legs wide. And how wide they go is completely up to you. Again, if you want to go for flexibility, lift the hips, push the hips forward as much as they can. Flex the toes back towards the head, push those toe mounds forward, squeeze those quads so that everything stays long and connected to the floor. Now, if you're a little bit more of a V, same thing. You're just not really focusing on the flexibility as much. Take a deep breath in. Now, if you tend to round in the back, I want you to stay upright here. If you push through those toe mounds, no matter where you are, you're going to feel the stretch in the inner groin. But if you kind of round in that low back, it can be very detrimental to your back and to your sacrum. So if you're kind of like this when you're sitting here, I want you to take a pillow and prop up on it. That'll give you some, if I could do it without, there we go. And sitting on a pillow will actually help bring your pelvis up and give you the ability to maybe lift up a little more. From there, maybe you have something you can hold on to and you can maybe lean forward. But again, I want you to kind of feel that length rather than the rounding. It's okay to round in the upper back a little, but the low back, it's going to cause a lot of tension. So trying to prevent that. Now, if you're going down and you have the flexibility to go lower, start to lower down and then just come as low as you can and fold. Slowly come back up. Bring the legs back in, give them a little shake. If you're sitting on a pillow, it's actually perfect. And scoot your bum forward and come back onto that pillow. Lay down, let your legs release for a moment. and just kind of feel where you are on your pillow. Then, before we go into Savasana, I want you to actually bring your knees back up into your chest, give it a little squeeze, lengthen the legs, and then just kind of do a little shake. Shake the legs, shake the arms, just get any last bits of tension out. And then let them hold, and then go fast. Try and go fast, 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 fast. And then hold. And now bend the knees, bring the feet to the floor. Lengthen out. And then just windshield wiper the feet from side to side. Maybe kind of just wiggling in through those ankles. Open the arms and release. Come back to that thought we had at the beginning of practice of what you want from your day. And hopefully this practice has prepared you for getting that, or maybe you're kind of already there. Think about how you're going to make that happen. And then let all thoughts go. As you release the control of the breath, release control of the mind, letting everything sink. So I'm going to guide us into a little bit more relaxation before we go. So with your eyes closed, you're nice and comfortable. I want you to focus on the crown of your head. And imagine that the scalp on the crown of the head is just relaxing down, kind of like when you go under a shower and everything releases when the warm water hits. And then imagine that you just release the muscles of the forehead back towards the scalp. The tension around the temples release back towards the ears. The eyeballs begin to sink into the back of the eye sockets, releasing any tension under the eyes. The muscles of the cheeks, the jaw, release down. Muscles of the neck, release back. Imagine the collarbones slowly opening and the joints of the shoulders, elbows, wrists, and fingers just disintegrate. The muscles around the bones of the upper and lower arm melt down to your mat. The rib cage slowly opens. You feel the weight of the lungs just slowly drop down onto your scapula, to your upper back. Feel all the weight of the inner organs of the belly release back down towards the mat. Imagine that the pelvis opens and the organs of the pelvis release down, and you can kind of feel that weight on the sacrum. The joints of the hips, the knees, and the ankles disintegrate. The muscles around the legs, the thighs melt down. So you only feel this gentle connection with your back body on your mat. For the rest of your Savasana, I want you to lift out of that connection, almost like you're just floating above your mat. Let yourself be in that space. Stay as long as you can. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. In good health.